Kemper Profiler Tones and Talks, Season 3, Episode 22. Let me throw that rig at you. I won't throw that rig at you. I'm going to show this rig to you. Hey, I'm going to show this to Mr. Thomas Dill. How are you?
I'm fine. Hi.
Hi, cool. So, couple of episodes before, we talked about, the state of guitar. And I said that I heard that, in the pop production realm in California, for example, it's only bread and butter guitar sounds and not so much special effects. And you chimed in and said, no, there is, and look here, and there's blah, blah, blah. And, we were
Not far away from LA.
Yeah, right. And we were into the pitch shifting stuff, and that was pretty interesting. In the last episode, the birds are singing, the albatross tones. And check it out if you haven't seen that. So coming to the point is, just after that all happened, I got a WhatsApp from a guy who's in actually LA and who is teching for a lot of big pop artists. And it was about a live show, and actually it was about Ariana Grande and Saturday Night Live. Ladies and gentlemen, Ariana Grande. And this starts with a guitar, this track. And it's like an electric guitar. No, he's playing an acoustic guitar, but it's, the pickup is going into some shenanigans. And there was some detuning happen. There was a little bit of rotary stuff happen, a little bit of saturation, and he was controlling all this with a pedal. So the guitar starts pretty clean and crisp as this acoustic guitar through the pickup, through an amplifier. And then when she starts singing, it gets toned down like a low cut, and the modulation stuff becomes a little bit more stereo, but at the same time damped down, not so trebly, so that's bare, so that there's space in the mix for the voice. So, and I got the request, we are using this and this and this for this, but latest when the tour starts, we just want to use just the profiler for this, and is there a chance to do something like this? And I said, well, just this and this and this, most probably, and stuff. Yeah, but how? And blah, blah, blah. And suddenly I was in the situation to come up with a rig that would cover this. And I did, and I want to show this and share this with you. And it's nothing special, and nobody has some copyright, whatever. And I'm going to show you my screen in the form of the rig manager window. Or do you have a question before? Or do you want to hear it before I show it?
The question is, the guitar player at Saturday Night Live, he didn't use a profiler. He used some...
No, it's Ariana Grande.
But, okay. So it wasn't the guitar
It's
player.
not the band. No, it's not it's not the SNL band. It's the guest artist.
The guest artist just sang with some stuff in the back.
Right. No, there was a full band. When they have guests, musical guests, they have the full band there, and they were playing. Yeah. And that tone, the request was, okay, can you get this
sound
in the ballpark to get done just with a profiler? Mm-hmm. So, and that was the thing. And do you want to see it immediately, or do you want to listen to it first? Yeah, no, listen first, and then we can talk about what you think I might have done. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, then without any further ado, here it is. So that's it. So what do you think? Depending on, I just realized. So the treble cut is, you have to season this to taste in conjunction to, everything else. But yeah. So what do you think?
Phaser wipe, phaser or phaser wipe. Trower setting. I thought
Sure, of course.
trower
Yeah.
preset.
I just found that, so I'm now addicted. Yes.
With a little bit the speed changed a little bit to the song tempo, so you have a more faster speed, I think. I don't know if the phaser wipe is in front of the amp or behind the amp. I think maybe in front. Yeah, and you've tamed down the high frequencies with morphing. So this is what I just heard.
Yeah, exactly. And just to make it then, so I thought let's get into like organ territory with when the treble goes down, and then switch between sort of traditional guitar tone to a little bit more like organ style, and give the vocals some space.
Yeah.
And I thought that's pretty much nails it. And now we can have a look, I guess,
Very curious.
because share my
And of course,
screen.
compressor, delay.
Yeah, well, you see the rig manager? You see it. Okay, so basically...
I was right.
Huh? What? Yeah,
I
sure.
was right with the phaser wipe. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So I had... so here it is, and I already labeled it. Let me throw that rig at you. So this means for you guys, this will be available after or at the time we publish this episode. And it's just the simple, it's my Tube Thomson profile, the always...
Great one, the great one.
This, well, mine at least, the one I always use, the Covenant Dynamo, basically. And that's the thing, I have the Pure Booster here, it's a little bit morphed. There's the compressor, not morphed. And I added a little bit of tremolo.
Okay.
Just to add to the wobbly vibe of the phaser, because when I start, like here, you see the morphing. I toned down the phaser rate, I made it slower, and also the depth, so it's not so timed. It's just a little bit of floating around, like.
Okay.
So
now you hear the tremolo much more than when you just play one chord.
Yeah, so you don't have that much detuning from the phaser, because we have the clean sound, and that can be a little bit too, well, it's a question of taste. So you get this detune when you add this wobbly thing with from the tremolo. And also, well, yeah, let's have a look at the amplifier. But that's the usual stuff. I just when I raise the distortion here,
okay,
I turn down presence and treble, and get a little bit rid of the bass and add a little bit definition. But these are basically the things I generally do to that amp setting. And then, and I wanted to morph this one here, but you can't morph this one. I just learned yesterday, just for you to know and everybody else out there. So, and then here's the rotary. And we noticed that in the current rig manager, we have these switches. They look different than before.
Yes.
It's correct, right?
Yes.
I just found this by coincidence yesterday. And yeah, what I just do here is I went for the ultra wide, so maximum distance, slow, ultra stereo, beyond the speakers, basically left and right, and yeah, mix from subtle, more subtle, to more, at least more. And then this one here,
You did the high cut then with the graphic EQ.
right. This low cut here is from my standard rig, and I just added this series high cut. This you would season to taste in terms of what's going on around the guitar and the other instruments and where the voice sits. When let's finally, and then yeah, I haven't touched this one, and I haven't touched this one. But they have touched the rig manager, because here are also the new buttons.
All the switches look the same now with those parts in pre and slow and fast.
Yeah. So what's happening here? Maybe let's have a look. You hear that the gets more. And the whole thing gets darker. And here,
So red is guitars alone, and blue is when the singer starts, right?
sort of, yes. And then you have also the opportunity to, dial in as it goes with the morphing pedal, because if you don't go just go subtle,
This position.
play subtle also. Here you can strum like with the acoustic guitar. And then on top of that, of course, you can open up the guitars. That's what I do, or crank the gain of the amp. Of course, depends on your style. Or switch pickup. So that's the story here, and
Very impressive.
let me just close the rig manager. So we're back, and so that's that's my old story. The volume knob, one of my best friends, and then using all the 8 slots of the profiler. So with the player, you might have run into some issues there, and also when because with the morphing, I realized how it's basically endless what you can do with the morphing. I haven't. I think that's the most, except from the synth sounds. But I think even this one has more parameters morphed than with any other rig before I tried to use the morphing for, and it's pretty amazing. And even usually when you find a parameter that you can't morph, like the cabinet high cut, maybe that's just forgotten. We might have a word about this, but the EQ is no problem.
You have
Then,
the EQ.
yeah, right.
Problem.
And so that's basically it. And I sent it, but I haven't heard back yet so far.
Okay,
So, but this was a nice challenge because you get,
absolutely.
As a guitar player or a musician, artist maybe even, with things like this, you get thrown out of your tunnel view, your comfort zone, and try different things. And I found it pretty inspiring, because when you think about the music like this and you come up with stuff and try this at home, I say. And I throw this up onto the rig exchange, and you can fiddle around with it with the chorus set, the phaser settings, and the high cut, and or maybe boost some other frequencies depending on how this guitar should sit. Yeah.
Yeah, and those filter stuff or filtered things on instrument sounds, on maybe everything is very normal, used in pop music, just to in the middle age, then everything is filtered. I often do that with the Waves one knob filter plugin. The producers have their tools too, so it's on the guitar player to recreate this filtered sound, and this is not really simple to do that. Sometimes you can use a wah. Sometimes you can use those stuff morphed with treble and presence cut down. And in the next episode, I have something nearly similar to that.
Cool.
So, but with a different approach. So, but that's really totally interesting. And to be honest, I thought about that. Didn't use that much morphing parameters at sounds that I created. So I'm often a little bit of afraid to morph too much. So this is the vintage guy in me that thinks, oh no, you only can morph 1 or 2 parameters. But this is really, incredible, and definitely beyond everything. So going further out of the comfort zone and do some other stuff what you might not do. So compliment for that sound.
Oh, thank you.
Really?
13, 14, 15, 16 parameters. As I look at it, roughly through it, 16 parameters that are morphed in here. Yeah. So thank you. It's always good, of course, to get some feedback, because you never know if you're totally off in no man's land or in the unusable realm. Cool. Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm curious about what you're coming up with the next episode of the Kemper Tones and Talks podcast. And let me throw that rig at you theme we are running for for quite some time now already. Yeah, all right. If you haven't anything to add or to ask about this one, I can offer you a goodbye. See you next time.
Bye.